Out on the Western Pizza Guest Hotline, and joining us, Commissioner of the SJHL from Summerside, PEI, Kyle McIntyre. Kyle, I talked about it earlier in the show. Flin Flon's first game, 9 a.m. Saski time, against College Francis de Longueuil from basically the Quebec representative. Going into this, and from what I read and people I talked to, they thought Flin Flon won't have much problem with it. Obviously, we were wrong. 1-0. Flin Flon loses. You were at the game. What can you tell us about how things went for the Bombers?
Well, I mean, certainly, if you haven't played in 15 days and maybe you've had a couple celebratory sodas, it probably takes your edge off from the SJHL final. So I think having a sweep in the SJHL final really did not help the Bombers. They looked like they had a little bit of rust. And although they dominated at times, they ran the cycle, they tried to assert themselves physically, they went 0 for 6 on the power play, and at the end of the day, Longueuil went 1 for 5, and really that was the difference in the game. They pressed hard, they had a few posts, they got better as the game went on, but I think they had a lot of rust to overcome not playing at a high level for 15 days. The
other thing, too, you mentioned the power plays and the Bombers going 0 for 6, but the other thing that jumped out at me, because we've talked about him so much, is Charlie Tritt. The Quebec team only had 12 shots on net. Well, you know, and Barney, and they were quality shots. They truly were. And the Quebec team, they were young, but they were a good size. They were a big team, and they played a lot heavier than maybe what some of the Quebec teams have done traditionally. And initially, I thought that was the first period they came out. They're trying to assert themselves. They're trying to get physical dominance over the Western teams, because everyone kind of tries to play the West in the SJHL a little harder because they know that they're in for a physical 200-foot game. But they had some quality shots, and Charlie had to make some great saves. And the goal that they did score was a bit of a high tip. They had a big guy, about 6'3", 6'4", right in front of the net, no one cleaning about, and he had a tip between the legs, and Charlie got a piece of it, and that was the difference in the game. But really, Longueuil had some skilled players. They battled down low, but the Bombers they ran the cycle. At times, Longueuil couldn't get the puck out of their net, but they had an outstanding goalkeeper as well. So we've all seen it. We kind of maybe saw the Pat Canadians in the third period of their game in the national semifinal. We've seen it with Melfort in the Centennial Cup as well. It's just one of those games where you outplay a team. You probably are the better team. It's just the other team finds a way to win. Yeah, and I mean, it's, the competition here generally is very good. Like, Canmore has a very good team. They're going to be strong. The OJHL Toronto Patriots are going to have a strong team. They look good. The Maritime teams, I've only seen Summerside. They look pretty good last night. The SJHL has a good team. Bombers are good. Niverville's good. And so, again, it's one of these things in one of these tournaments that's around robin. I mean, you certainly want to get into the top 3 in your pool, because then you can cross over. But your pathway forward, if you don't finish first and get the bye, is going to be difficult, because the competition is tight and every game means something. Do you going into this game, and from what you've experienced, or the SJHL in general has experienced, is the Quebec League usually one of the ones you should be able to get 2 points from, though, or am I off on that? Well, I hope that we don't have anyone from the Quebec or the Maritime provinces listening to your show, Barney, but typically the hard games are usually against the Alberta Junior League, the Manitoba Junior League, and the Ontario Junior Hockey League. The Maritimes are always a little bit of a crapshoot, but the stereotypical teams out of Quebec are soft and skilled, but this team was neither soft, and they were skilled, and they were big and young. So it was really, and their goaltending was outstanding. So I would say that I think they have 8 17-year-olds on this team, and probably all 8 of them are here. So there's some high-end guys, and so I think maybe even the Bombers themselves, I don't know whether they watched tape on Longueuil or not, but I think that they were probably surprised by
by how heavy they were trying to play against them.
Commissioner of the SJHL, Kyle McIntyre, is joining us here on the Western Pizza Guest Hotline. Okay, so now it doesn't get any easier for Flin Flon tomorrow, because you said the Ontario Junior Hockey League rep, usually pretty good. The Toronto Patriots tomorrow, and they came out of the gate with an 8-3 win over Greater Sudbury. So right back at it, another test tomorrow for the Bombers.
Yeah, and it's a big one. And I don't want to say it becomes must win, but really you got to go at least 500 in your pool to get in the top three, and then the 2 and 3 cross over, and the first place team gets to pick their semifinal opponents. You know, the Bombers are a team that are resilient, and they are heavy, and they got really good depth, and so I think if anyone can bounce back, it'll certainly be the Bombers. I'm hoping it'll be the Bombers, or the Commish will be wheeling back to Saskatchewan a lot earlier than he had planned.
Taking the iron lung. That's taking a bus trip back. We showed your picture yesterday. You couldn't join us. This rink, I kind of said this rink looks like a cross between Estevan and the Moose Jaw rink. What can you tell us about the facilities?
Oh, it's a beautiful rink. It's a great junior hockey rink. It is probably I like Estevan personally. I really enjoy it. But this is probably a hybrid between Mosaic and Estevan, and it's a wraparound. It's attached to a beautiful pool. It has a very nice pool. Right next door attached is the Gerard Gallant rink. Gerard Gallant is from Summerside, obviously, and that's a nice practice facility. They got a full-size track in here. It's attached to a hotel, similar to what Lloydminster would have with their service place. It's a very nice facility. It's about 20 years old. Summerside just paid it off here this last year because they run the public utility, but every night after every single event, they do a deep clean, and so it's very well maintained. It's a very nice facility, and you can tell the community really takes a great deal of pride in it.
Right on. Okay, so we'll be watching this weekend. We're going to have to catch up with you early next week here on the show, Commish. Obviously, go grab your trunks. I want to see you in that hot tub, the pool beside the ring.
No, you would not.
I want to see you conversing with the locals. Let them know who you are. Have a good one, buddy. Thanks for doing this.
Okay, well, thanks for having me, and start cheering for the Bombers here, SportsCage World.